to jump into the times we're living in. We just had, or in the US, there was an election. We're transitioning now from 2024 to 2025 as we're recording. And many channelers are coming with predictions, like you mentioned, that are not just airy-fairy, but a bit doom and gloom, or that things will come to the surface. Could you just say something general about these times we're living in, and especially right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it is for humans to get the understanding that you are in a feeling world, basically. Yeah. And even when we addressed the election and all of the opposition that goes on with that between people, if you were to look at everyone that voted as voting for something that they thought would make themselves feel better, maybe perhaps you could have more allowance or surrender to the free will sovereign choice that people have in the decision of what they think would actually make them feel better. That's the sovereignty that you have as a human, and no one is allowed to take that away from anyone. Unfortunately, some people do not like that understanding. What we would say is that throughout your human existence, there have been what you would call ups and downs, or changes in all things, in financial things, in planetary things. And this is really no different, other than it is magnified by the amount of coverage or the ability to spread news in a way that was never available during those other times. Yeah. So we think that if you were to ask a lot of people, there are always going to be those that perhaps are suffering on this plane, but there are so many that have great lives and great abundance and love for what it is that they are living in the lives that they are in. And so we think it's, to some degree, overall, it's probably the best of times for what is available in opportunity, in lifestyle. Yeah. And so it is to understand that those that are in suffering, that we do not alleviate suffering by becoming a suffering person, by actually joining someone in their disconnection, because nothing that is happening because of anything. Everything that is happening is because of an emotional state, a way of emanating or feeling one's experience. And so those that are looking outside of self as something is the cause are the ones that are predicting a doom and gloom, or a grim future. Let's use that term. They think that there is something outside of the human experience that is going to bring disaster, or actually have a negative effect. And that is not our belief or our perception. It is not what we came here to teach. We believe that humans are resilient. We believe that whatever changes come, they will navigate them with grace and beauty, and that there is a beautiful world that has been created alongside of some of the things that are not preferred. And that world, in fact, is going to flow right in. And some of the changes, and this is what we were discussing, Robin was discussing with you prior to the recording, are they going to be natural? There's a rise in consciousness, or the way that people are thinking and feeling in the understanding of how they create in their experience. There are many changes that are happening to the earth itself that are increasing the light, or the amount of vibration that is entering the plane. Humans are light beings. That's what you are. You are actually conductors of light, and you conduct that light through your energy centers. It's what we teach. It is why we try to assist humans in removing as much stored negativity or layers of emotion that are trapped within those energy centers, that are actually denying light force energy, or the enlightenment that people want, that they think that somehow some have achieved and others cannot. It is available to everyone based upon how open those centers are. And so we think that once a human really understands how they can actually open up their own field and allow more light force energy in, that they can actually create a very nice universe around themselves, where they themselves will love the life that they're living. They will love their ability to manifest at a higher speed, and to be able to create and form as a god. This is what they actually intended to do. So joining others in disconnection in their perception or belief that something outside of themselves is causing them harm is not going to help you. It's actually going to add to the thing that you think that you do not like. So we would say that the concept of being sovereign is an important one, that you use that individual consciousness and that individual aspect of yourself that is experiencing right now to put your focus in a direction that feels good, one that you want to see in the world, instead of inadvertently squandering it in places that is not of benefit to you or anyone else, you see.
Okay, so in many ways, what you're saying, if I understand, is that it will be even more available for us, more love, a beautiful life consciousness, as long as we choose it.
Yeah. Well, what's going to happen in a rise of consciousness? So what happens in divinity consciousness? There is no hate. There is no jealousy or rage or separation type emotions that are being emitted because the vibration is too high. They do not calibrate or reside at that level of consciousness. As consciousness rises, it's a very surprising and lovely thing. Robyn has experienced a couple of things that signal a rise in consciousness. Old ways of being, old choices evaporate. They're just not there. You go to feel angry about something. You go to feel jealous about something. You go to feel an old way of being that would usually be a very natural choice for you. It's not there. It's just stupefying, she said, that you cannot choose the old emotion, and it is not through effort. It is not through trying. It is as though it has evaporated or disappeared from her choices or what was available to her. And if there is a negativity that is felt periodically, it's very fleeting. It's not something that lasts. It doesn't have the ability to hang with you like it did when you were in more of a dense form. So there's going to be this gradual lifting in consciousness, of which telepathy is a part of. Robyn's experienced that a little bit too in her sessions and also with her family members. At first, she was very concerned. She thought that knowing certain things that they were perhaps about her would be upsetting. And to her amazement, when it occurred, she was surprised that she had no emotional response to it. Of course, she asked us, well, what's going on with that? Normally, if I thought someone thought this about me or that about me, I would be upset by it. And we asked her how she liked the level of consciousness of which telepathy was a part of. So what comes with that level of communication is a level of love, is a level of acceptance, is a level of truth. So when people begin to exchange telepathically, there will be no resentment. There will be no anger. There will be a knowingness. There will be a surrender to truth and the acceptance of it. But that comes along with that higher level of consciousness. So the thing that we love to do with humans when we have sessions with them and when we are in exchanges with people like you is to let you know that you are free, that you can come here and live and love and have a beautiful life, and that you are allowed to feel anything that you feel, that in the rise of consciousness, which comes with the acceptance of what you have felt, the love of self, I accept myself in the free will choice that I have to feel my experience. You rise up in consciousness and you become a different person. You become an honest person, a trusting person, a loving person. But it isn't because you effort it. It's not because you policed yourself or educated yourself into it. It is because you had a natural rise in consciousness through your surrender in the love of yourself. That's what actually made it happen, you see.
Okay, so that was important. So it was actually what did it was the love of self and the surrendering, you said, but also it seems like we're getting help, that there's an increased consciousness. We're getting
You're giving yourself the help, because in the love of self, you allow more light energy into the being, which rises the consciousness. It's more light entering the field. That's all it is. Yeah.
But is it true that we're also being helped by the cosmos here?
There are those that are influencing and observing you and their experience based upon the experiences that they themselves have gone through the evolution of their souls. Yes. And we know that some channelers have also predicted the arrival of these beings. This is not something that we are presently contributing to. Let's use that term. We would not deny that possibility exists and that it may be coming. But once again, we would not say that it would be to your detriment. It would be to your assistant or to help you in this transitional time that you are in. Yes, there are others that have gone through civilizations and lifetimes, and through their experience in the choices that they have made, are using that perception or that level of understanding and consciousness to influence the present choices that are being made. Yes.
To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.